Welcome to this live. It will be an interactive session. That is a question and answers. So yeah, let me just set some things now. We get started for this live. Yeah, just set something, then we start. Yeah, this live. Yeah. For those who are new to this YouTube channel, I go by the name Farm with Maxwell. So that's my YouTube channel name. So that's all about it. Yeah. So let me start by taking this opportunity so that to thank the Almighty Lord for guiding us through this journey, because it is not an easy journey, but it needs a lot of dedication, a lot of effort. So that means I have to thank Him first before doing anything. So that means that the Almighty God in heaven does everything for us. He guides us in this journey, because without Him we won't be here, because we have to praise Him, and that's it. Yeah. For those who don't know me, my name is Maxwell Lumumba, and this is my YouTube channel that goes by the name Farm with Maxwell, which basically I've been doing a lot of videos about animals. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of videos about animals, about crops, and about agriculture. So that's just an overview of what I do in this channel. I can see Panya said hi. Hi to Panya. Welcome. I really appreciate you for joining this live. So this live will be an interactive session where it will be basically question and answers. So let us keep on engaging so that we know each other well. Yeah. So I was talking about, okay. Right now I'm in a village called Isibania village in Kenya. Actually, it is found in Kenya, and it is in a border post. I can see Queen Babies forever. Hi to Queen Babies. I've just seen you for the first time. I just request, where do you come from? Me, I come from a village called Isibania village in Kenya, East Africa, Africa. So I just come from a small village called Isibania, where we try all efforts so that we can see these life, how things are moving. Yeah. And I really appreciate for coming from this village, because this is a good village here in Kenya, and a lot of people are dedicating their lives, yeah, because they have to work very hard so that they can survive. Yeah, Tel Aviv near Bata and Pipeline. Wow, that's good. Yeah, Tel Aviv is in Israel. I just guess. Yeah, I'm just guessing that Tel Aviv is in Israel. Yeah, Tel Aviv near Bata and Pipeline. Yeah, that's good. They come from Africa, specifically Isibania village in Kenya, East Africa. So this live will be an interactive session where we'll be, oh, Kenya, Pipeline Kenya, oh, in Nairobi. Wow, Pipeline in Nairobi. Yeah, we have Pipeline in Nairobi, but when I saw Tel Aviv, I thought it's somewhere in Israel. We are just here in Kenya. Welcome to this live. Yeah, it is an interactive session where it will be question and answers. Queen Babies forever. If you have not liked this live, you can like, because I'm just hearing that rain is falling, but we have to proceed with this live. Maybe the mess will be coming. Maybe when the power will be. There will be a blackout, because in Kenya, when it starts raining like now, you can get that sometimes there is a power blackout. So that means we will keep on moving, because now I'll improvise one of the phones so that I can't be in the darkness. Yeah, I can see Jemna Maina TV said hi to. Welcome to this live, Jemna Maina. This is your second time being to this live. The last time, oh, were you the one? No, It was not Jemna Maina. I think Jemna Maina TV has come to the live for the first time. The other time was somebody media from Somalia. Can panyas be domesticated? Yes, yes, yes. I've seen, especially in Nairobi, we have a lot of panyas, especially, even the guinea pig is a class of rats. And we have actually, okay, bye, yeah. Thank you, Queen Babies Forever. Welcome to this live. I'm seeing that you are leaving. Thank you. So, can panyas be domesticated? Yeah, I've seen some panyas, especially the white lab panyas in Kenya, because actually most of them they are being domesticated, like maybe specimen, where you get that we call them experimental animals, yeah, because let's say those people who are doing their research, they can use, because rats and human being, when it comes to genetic makeup, it is not much far apart. So you get that they experiment through these rats. So that means they can be domesticated, because I've seen them severally, yeah, being caged somewhere. Then experiments are being done to those with those rats. So that means that is a possibility. The way I was saying, even guinea pigs, yeah, guinea pig is just a class of rat, and some people go ahead and eat some rat. So like guinea pig, when you eat a guinea pig, for me, I can say that you are eating rat, because they have all the characteristics. The difference is one is big and another one is small. Even you see the squirrel. I've seen a lot of people eating squirrel, and most of them tells they used to tell me that it tastes like chicken. So it is happening. Yeah, it is happening in Kenya. It is happening in the village. So I've seen people consuming those things. Yeah, so that's not something new to me. So that's the reality. Yeah, let's just keep these alive, engaging. You can ask any question, like we have seen panyas asked about panya. So panyas, in English we call them rats. The rat. So rats are the panya. So that means things are working well. So I really appreciate for such kind of a question, because I've answered that question. So I was telling us, okay, it is raining right now. I can hear the rain is falling here. So that's why maybe you can hear some noise from the roof. So the last time we were having live, there was a blackout. There was some, let's say, there was some reconnecting because of network, yeah. But today, let's hope there will not be any blackout. So that means we'll be proceeding the way we are just proceeding, in a fantastic way, yeah. Let us keep engaging so that you can ask questions. I'll be answering all questions that will be asked. So that means, when I'm waiting for those questions, I can be talking I'm just waiting for those questions. We can be discussing some 1, 2, 3 things. Then about my content that I usually create, because I'm a content creator coming from Isibania village. Now I basically deal with something like farming, that is agriculture. Most of this content is about agriculture. So that means you'll see me there with some animals with me. You can see me there with maybe in a farm talking about something that we call fodder. Fodder is basically it is basically the, let's say, plants that animals eat, where I've talked something about super napier, alfalfa, brachyrium. I've talked about Lucerne, and this one is the same. I've talked about Sesbania, that is I can't remember the English name, yeah, but I can remember the scientific name, the Sesban. So that means it grows like a tree, yeah. So that means the protein levels for that is very high. So That means I usually encourage people in the village. Yeah? Remember, I do what we call volunteering services in the village, where I offer guidelines on how to do farming in the village. Yeah, I help people on how to do farming, especially in the modern farming way. Yeah, because here in the village, a lot of things are being done. These things being done, majority of these things are not done in the, let's say, the technological ways. The way this world is advancing. Yeah, so that means we are shifting from those traditional farming systems to now we are doing what we call the modern farming systems, so that we can increase production. Yeah, but one thing that I usually do, I myself, I usually tell people that even though we are now doing the technological ways of farming, let us not forget the organic way of farming, because one thing about organic ways of farming is that it is environmental friendly. Yeah, it is an environmental friendly. And another thing, when it comes to maybe food security, that's okay, because a lot of people, there's something that we call about climate, smart climate. Yeah, where that we get when you integrate these smart farming, that means the organic ways of farming, when you integrate with it, let's say about environmental thing. I can see Santos Davy. I can't understand what is being tested there. It is much of Arabic. Please, you can text maybe in English. I can be able to read what you have texted. But I really appreciate you are in this live today. I really appreciate for that. That is Santos Davy. You can tell us where you are, Santos, so that we can know where you are, which is good. Yeah, that is something good to know where you are. So I was talking about something like inorganic ways of farming. When you integrate these inorganic ways of farming, then you do something that we call climatic action. So that means you'll be integrating different things. Yeah, when you integrate both of them, you'll be getting that will be, in terms of food security, it will be very good. When it comes to maintaining our soil fertility levels, it will be very excellent. So one thing that I usually do is to advocate for the use of inorganic ways of farming, because it has a lot of advantages here, which is something very good, something fantastic. Yeah, remember, it is raining here. Yeah, it is raining, so that means it is raining heavily. Yeah, it is not just small. It is not that it is a small rain here in the village. It is raining thoroughly. So that means the rain is falling. That is a blessing. Yeah, when rain falls, we call these we call these blessing. Yeah, I can see Rabia Jan. Welcome. Say hi. Yeah, hi to Rabia Jan. You can tell us where you come from, because I believe this is the first time you are in this live. So just tell us where you come from. I believe you can hear me very well, even though there is a lot of rain here. Rain is falling, but we have to cope up with that, because where I am seated right now, there is nothing like ceiling board, so we can hear those noises, yeah, from the roof. Yeah, we can hear a lot of noise. That is how we stay here in the village. Yeah, there is nothing like ceiling board. We just have it, just survival. Yeah, we survive so that we can keep these things moving, which is a fantastic way. Jamina, can I survive on daily farming with good production using one ordinary napier grass and concentrate? I will start commercial dairy farming, but challenges is with fodder. Okay, what I can tell you, when we are talking about production, yeah, production means that we are integrating different things. When you want to get peak production, yeah, some people call it peak production, some people call it optimum production, there are different things that we put together so as to achieve that. Yeah, one of the things that you have to put in mind is just you select good genetics. When I'm talking about genetics, select good genetics for milk production. Yeah, because when I'm talking about genetics, it entails a lot of things, but basically when you are talking about good production, do select good breeds of animal, especially animals that are adapted to where you come from. Yeah, the animals that are adapted to where you come from, because once you select good breed of an animal, let's say a cow, once you select good genetics for milk production, it does not matter the stage of that animal, because some people prefer calves, some people prefer bulling heifers, some people prefer heifers, some people prefer maybe let's say pregnant heifers, others fast calvers, because the reason why some people prefer fast calvers is this: they are very sure of how the quantity of milk that animal produces. Yeah, because when you go where they are milking, then you see that milkman or milkwoman milking. Yeah, you see that maybe you get some maybe when milking you can determine the production of this animal. Yeah, and apart from that, I usually tell people to take animals from a reputable source, because we have some good farms where they achieve maximum production when it comes to milk quantity. Because apart from milk quantity, some people prefer maybe milk quality, because some people, maybe if you want milk quality, just keep Jersey. Apart from keeping Jersey, you can take something like Ashire and Guernsey, because when it comes to butterfat content, it is high, milk quality excellent. But when it comes, if you mean the real business, just go for Freshian, but make sure don't mess your if you are starting for the first time. Take something that will be helping you, especially something that will be adapted to where you come from. If you want to do maybe zero grazing, well and good. A lot of animals survive in zero grazing, but some animals that they don't survive in. A lot of animals survive in zero grazing, but when it comes that you are grazing your animals outside there, Fresians don't like being grazed, because they have a lot of challenges when it comes to diseases. You'll be having those diseases. When it comes to maybe pests like ticks. Look at the traveler. Hello to look at the traveler. Welcome to this live. This is an interactive session where it is question and answer. I can see Eliza. It's Eliza. Everyone, hi. Hi to Eliza. I know you are a farmer because you just come here from Nyabuhanse village. Same to look at the traveler. These are my friends, They come from Nyabuhanse village, and I really appreciate because they are live today, and I really appreciate that, Welcome to this live, We are learning something about animals, because I'm handling this question that Jamna Maina TV has just asked, so that I'll be diving on that topic so that we can keep moving, because this is an educational content, but there is no any restriction. It is question and answer, so I'll be responding to all questions that will be asked. So I'm handling this question about Jamna Maina TV has just asked. So I'll be responding to it from all angles as I'm waiting for other questions. So that means we should keep moving. So I was talking something about genetics, how to do selection to these animals, because basically what Jamna Miners asked is about fodder, about the ordinary napier. So let now me talk about when you want to achieve this production, you have to integrate between genetics about feeding, that is nutrition. So when you get it right in nutrition, when you have good genetics, so that means your production will be very high. and that is where actually that is what I'm training villagers here about how to achieve this production. So the reason why I didn't choose ordinary napier grass, I choose for a super napier grass, is because there is something that we call quantitative analysis, yeah, the nutritive value of these grasses. So when I'm talking about the nutritive value, when I'm talking about ordinary napier grass, so that means when let's say, let me try comparing between, let's say, super napier and the ordinary grasses, yeah. So when we come to protein content in ordinary grass, it is very low as compared to the super napier. When it comes to maybe in terms of energy, super napier is very good, yeah. Remember, when it comes to maturity rate, yeah, super napier is very excellent when it comes to maturity rate, because the advantage of super napier as compared to these other grasses that we call the ordinary grasses is this, yeah. You see, for no super napiers, they even contain some minerals, yeah. When I'm talking about minerals, I know what you will be thinking something like calcium, yeah. It has a lot of calcium in it, so that's why I usually advocate for that. When it comes to maturity rate, it is very high. Look at the driver. Okay. When it comes to maturity rate, it does very well, the super napier, because maybe 2 to 3 months you'll be carrying, and it is very hardy. Okay, even for ordinary grass, because back in the village we used to plant these grasses, so it was very hard even for that. But when it comes to maturity rates, super napier is excellent, so that's why I can just advocate for. And when you want to get maybe the good production that you have talked about, yeah, just do what we call for good production, make sure you have maybe super napier, because okay, even for ordinary grass you can do what is called silage, but when you are doing silage from this ordinary grass, you have to put something that we call maize germ. The reason for putting maize germ is it is just providing, let's say, the bacteria that are involved in this silage making, yeah, to get food, so that they can release a lot of energy, because the conversion, because maize germ, you know what it entails, it has a lot of energy, it is an energy giving food, yeah. So that means it will be this microorganism that facilitate all the bacteria that facilitate this silage making process, yeah. They will be converting these let's say something like maize silage, yeah, the corn silage, because the corn silage is very excellent because of this maize thing, yeah. So when you introduce maize germ to this silage, you get that you'll be copying what you'll be copying of what it entails there in maize silage, because when it comes to fermentation process, yeah, you know something like fermentation, you get that let's say yeast does well when you have a media in it, and one of the excellent media for yeast, let's say it is maize, because it makes that silage actually ferment very well, yeah. The reason why I usually advocate for silage making in most of my videos is this, yeah. You know, one of the reasons is this: silage can be stored for a long time, and when, let's say, pasture is this fodder is in plenty, you can ensile it, so that means you can just go within one day, you cut the whole garden, then go ensile it, so that means you'll be storing that feed, you'll be storing that fodder, and it can be used in other time, and give enough time for these other fodder that has been left in the shamba, so that it can germinate, yeah. Remember, this is question and answer, so I'm waiting for questions so that I'll be responding to this question. So that means you'll be asking questions about lifestyle, there is no any problem. Ask question about lifestyle, I'll be responding to them. Ask any question, I'll be responding to those all types of questions. You're not limited asking about fodder, but still I'm handling about I'm handling about what Gemina Minor TV has just asked. Another thing about okay, and concentrate. You know, as much as you give a lot of concentrate to your animal, does not play a vital role when it comes to production. Yeah, I actually tell people that there is something that we call challenge feeding. Yeah, don't give a lot of let's say a lot of concentrate to your animal without noting the production level, because concentrate is very expensive. Yeah, like in Kenya, concentrate is very expensive, because let's say like when I'm talking about concentrate, yeah, that means concentrate is the dairy meal. Yeah, for those who they don't understand what is concentrate. Concentrate is dairy meal. That is how we call it in Kenya. And dairy meal entails a lot of things, because we have filler materials, then we have additives. When I'm talking about filler materials, I'll be more specifically that I'm speaking about maize germ, wheat bran, pollard, soya, sunflower, cottonseed cake, canola. We have canola. So those all are filler materials. Then we have additives. When they're making these dairy meal, let's say the concentrate, now we have the filler material. You have to make sure you have the minerals. Yeah, mix your minerals there. Your concentrate will be excellent. Mix your, let's say when I'm talking about minerals, that means calcium, phosphorus, all those things. Yeah, you mix with the lime, then you put what we call premixes. Yeah, premixes actually plays a vital role, because premixes, when we talk about it has a lot of things like methionine, lysine, those protein, yeah, those amino acids, they are there in the premixes. So when doing something like this, like making concentrate, make sure you combine those things, yeah, so as to achieve your peak production. Because dairy meal is being called dairy meal, but minus these feed additives, it is like nothing. Yeah, because that is now the crucial point. These filler material are just to hold these additives, so that they can do what is being required. Yeah, and that's why we have protein in it, we have some energy, we have minerals. When you combine all those things, you'll be achieving. Yeah, guys, even though I'm answering all these questions, yeah, I personally am not even a farmer. I don't have animals with me, but I actually trusted God by that one day I'll be owning these animals. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, because like I'm planning to go do some benchmarking, so that I can see how people venture in this animal farming there outside. So when I'll be starting this venture, a lot of people will be coming to my place, so that they can do this benchmarking. I can see Manoj Aluria saying hi, welcome. This is the first time that you have been in this live, so welcome, and I really appreciate that for joining this live. Yeah, you can just tell us where you come from, and make sure, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment. Even you can be proposing about topics that you want me to handle. Yeah, because I come from a village, and I'm trying. Yeah, because I was a shamba boy in some place. I'm trying so that I can make transform this village life, so that they can be knowing something about farming. So I've just volunteered to this service. I'm training the village people how to do farming in this technological way. Julia KE, hi farm, hi to Julia, hi everyone, hi to, I really appreciate for joining this live. Welcome to this live. You can just tell us where you come from, so that we can really appreciate it. Just a matter of knowing each other. Yeah, because saying where you are, it does not harm anything. So I really appreciate for joining this live. So if you have any question, let us do this. Yeah, I can see. Is fish farming a lucrative business in Kenya? Nakuru, Kenya. Welcome, welcome, Julia. So ask any, if you're a farmer, ask any question. If you do something like maybe lifestyle, just ask any question. I'll be answering those questions. So that means this is just an interactive session. Nobody is restricted about farming. Yeah, I'll be handling all questions. Yeah. So I'm now talking about, is fish farming a lucrative business in Kenya? Yes, because you can see, I can see Jos D92. How to grow marijuana? Okay, marijuana. Okay, hi Julia. Okay, so marijuana, that is like I think marijuana is bang, if I'm not wrong. So in Kenya it is prohibited. Yeah, in Kenya it is prohibited, but I can see a lot of youth, a lot of people are smoking bang, but it is illegal in Kenya. Yeah, people are not allowed to grow marijuana in Kenya, but some people grow it, yeah, behind, maybe in bushes. Some people do that business. Yeah, about bang here, India too, yeah. Yes, that's why I'm asking for bang here, India too. Okay. So in Kenya it is illegal business. If you are got with bang, you'll be facing authorities. So you'll be answering a lot of questions about bang farming. Yeah. So that's a illegal business in Kenya. So if you want to do it, it is like risky. So I was handling about fish farming. The value of fish in Kenya, fish farming has a lot of profit, because even we have market for fish, because especially in Kenya we can see fish, we have a lot of fishermen. Okay, I'll be telling us where fish can be found in Kenya. We can get fish from lakes, we can get fish from rivers, downstreams. Then we can get them from fish ponds. That means somebody has decided to raise those fish in fish pond, so that they can be getting a fortune from that, because that's a very good business. Because I usually tell myself, when I'll be having land, I will not be sparing these animals. I'll be having these animals. Are you married, my man, or still finding a fish? I'm not married. I'm still finding a fish. So that's why I'm talking about fish. I'm still finding a fish. What about Jamaica? Is bang okay there? What about Jamaica? Is bang okay there? Yeah, I was told that in Jamaica, bang is it is legal. So that means it is allowed in Jamaica. So I don't know if we have any Jamaican here can be responding to that question, if I'm right, because I'm told that in Jamaica bang is legal. So that means you can smoke bang, you can, yeah. Wow, bang here legal too. That's good, because okay, in Kenyan parliament, there was a time, there was a lot of discussion about, can we legalize this bang, but it was getting a lot of members of parliament were opposing it, but we are having some of them were saying that it should be allowed because it can be used to make some drugs. Some people say that it keeps stress away. Some people say that it has economical importance when it is being allowed in Kenya. But I don't know the reality about this, because okay, in Kenya it is being classified under drugs and narcotics. So that means that's why it is still illegal. But maybe it will be allowed. Yeah, it is a matter of time, because it is something that it has to go under a lot of process like vetting. It's medicine. Just tell us, what does it treat apart from maybe the brain medicine, yeah? Because I'm being told that some people take this bang for different, to perform to their to their brain, maybe in different. There are some people who smoke bang, then it leads, maybe they eat a lot of food. There are some people who smoke bang so that they can do work excellently. So I don't know where the reality lies. Yeah, some people when they consume this bang, they're thinking about food. I personally don't take any drug. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol. I don't. I don't take this bang. I don't. Yeah, anything about drugs, I don't. Yeah, that's now how the difference comes in. So I was handling something about fish. It is very profitable in Kenya, but it requires a lot of determination. Yeah, especially for those who want to do like fish ponds, because yeah, fish pond, you have to be having finances. Construction of fish pond requires money. Yeah, raising those fish in fish pond, they require a lot of dedication, and you have to know what type of fish that Kenyans like. Because to me, I've seen that tilapia, a lot of Kenyans, let's say apart from those near the ocean, yeah, because the likes of Mombasa, they like some different kinds of fish. The likes of people, maybe people here in the village, they like a lot of tilapia, because okay, for me, I like tilapia. So when I'll be starting, maybe when I'll be having land, I'll be having my own farm, I'll be having my own home, I'll be raising fish, because one thing for sure I'll be doing, I must have fish, I must have cattle, I must have poultry, I must have pigs and other animals, yeah. Like I'll integrate everything. Others will be like a supportive enterprise. When I'm seeing that this enterprise is going, it's not bringing a lot of less fortune, this boosts it, and that's how agriculture is being done. Yeah, you try to venture in something that is very profitable. So I can see we call him Jerome Mutai. Is dairy farming profitable? Yeah, for sure. Dairy farming is very profitable. I've seen a lot of people getting a lot of fortune from dairy farming, but it requires a lot of dedication. Yeah, as I was saying, when you want to venture in dairy farming, you have to get good genetics. About when I'm talking about good genetics about milk production, because you are in business. When you talk about profitability, so that means you mean business, and when you mean business, that means you mean real business. So select breed of an animal that will be giving you a good fortune. Yeah, especially for Holstein Friesian, Ayrshire. Those are very good breeds of animal that somebody can concentrate in. Yeah, because especially the exotic breeds, because the indigenous breeds are very hardy, but when it comes to milk production, very poor. Actually, the poorest. Yeah. So you can see Lucy Bernard saying hi. Hi to Lucy Bernard. Where do you come from? Because this is just an interactive session of question and answers. So I'll be responding to any question that will be asked. If it is lifestyle, I'll be responding to it. If it is about animals, I'll be responding to it. If it is about crop farming, I'll be responding to it. Anything, yeah? Yeah, this is just something like we are just engaging, yeah? We see how things are. So if you have any question, I'll be responding to those questions with no fear, and I'll be responding to what I know about those. Like now, I was responding about this dairy farming. Yeah, I was trying to tell Jerome Mutai about dairy farming, because I I was asked if is it profitable. So I was responding to that. So if you have not liked this live for today, make sure that you like, comment. You can even share to friends so that they will be joining this live, because it is an educational live. Apart from being educational, it is very interactive because I'm responding to what is being asked. Yes. So Lucy, Bernard, welcome to this live, and I really appreciate for joining. Yeah, you can just tell us where you come from so that we'll be really appreciating. I'll be really appreciating. So I was telling us, yeah, commercial feeds are costly. Yeah, because commercial feeds are costly. Me, I usually prefer commercial feeds, and I'll be telling you the reason. The way I was talking about, I think when I was starting this video, somebody asked about fodder concentrate, and I was responding to him. Okay, I don't know if it is him or her. I was responding to that question that what this concentrate entails, because when you mess, I've seen a lot of farmers just mixing a lot of filler materials without putting in mind any concentrate. There is where they are getting it wrong. But if you have an idea on how to make these concentrates, you are good to go, because you have to know how to do rationing. You have to know about TMR. You have to know something like TMR is the total mixed ration. You have to, okay, this thing rotates about rationing, yeah? Everything about rationing, you get it right. So that's the reality. For me, all these experience, I got it from a farm that I was there as a shamba boy. I don't keep animals. So when I'll be starting this, I'll be venturing this, because it is a journey. It is not a journey that you just wake up one morning and start that journey, because you have to look for finances to start your own farm. I don't own any land, but I'm really praying hard. One day, one time, I'll be owning this land, and people will be coming to my farm so that they can be doing what we call benchmarking. Yeah, they will be learning from my farm, because me, I like something educational, so that this world, we have to do what we call food security. We have to provide enough food for these for people in this world, because population is really growing. Yeah, population is growing, so that means all this population has to be fed. So that's why I'm really talking about food security. And when you are doing this food security, we have to do it organic way, because now we are getting a lot of pollution to the environment. We are spoiling the ozone layer. Yeah, the ozone layer is being spoiled. So that's why we have a lot of changes when it comes to climate. Yeah, we have a lot of that. Yeah, let us plant trees, because trees help when it comes to purification of air, when it comes to maybe taking in carbon dioxide and giving out the good oxygen that we breathe. So let's plant a lot of trees. These trees will be helping us to achieve what we call it is part of climatic action that people are being advocated to do, because I believe in environment. Let us keep this environment good. Let us keep this environment fantastic. The way we got this environment, because the generation, that the older generation, yeah, they were doing things in organic way. But the new generation, we are shifting to inorganic, the use of fertilizer. We are now not doing manure. Yeah, we do a lot of pollution. We have a lot of industries. Yeah, because the more we plant, the more the population increases, the more people have money, They are thinking about vehicles. They are thinking about industry. So that means industrialization is becoming something in this world. Yeah. So through industrialization, we are getting a lot of emissions to the environment. That's why things are now changing. People are not living longer because of what is being emitted to this world. Yeah. So let us be ambassadors so that we can change this climate. We can change our environment. So Jeremy Mutai, commercial feeds are costly. That's the reality because we have a lot of shortage when it comes to raw materials. Yeah, that's why feeds are costly because getting these raw materials, it isn't something very easy. Like now, me, I come from border. There is a lot of trucks in the road. Now we are importing maize from Tanzania. We don't have maize in Kenya. We have maize in our farms. And one thing that is happening now, we now have competition between animals and people when it comes to maize. Let's take a good example is where a lot of maize is being grown in Kenya, like Uasin County and Trans Nzoia. Some farmers today prefer cutting down those maize to feed their livestock because of poor prices. When there is a lot of maize, the prices become very low. Farmers are selling these maize at a throwaway price because sometimes even a sack of maize that is 70 kgs goes even for less than 2,000 shillings. What is that? You have spent a lot of money maintaining your crops. Then when it comes to the time for selling, this maize is being sold to very low prices. Yeah, that is not something good. Fertilizer, nowadays we have those who have agrovets. Yeah, you get that fertilizer is prices are very high. Those who, because we have this government is giving out fertilizer at good cost, so that means okay, there are some people they don't go for the government fertilizer. They prefer buying fertilizer from the agrovets because they believe this is the real deal. The one there, it is not a real. Me, I don't know anything. Maybe somebody will be telling us when comparing between these two fertilizer, which one is the best? Because I've seen some people saying that let me just go buy expensively, but I'll be getting bumper harvest. Others say that let me go to the government fertilizer because I'm getting it at a good price and still it performs well. For me, I can't really tell because I'm not a farmer. I don't farm anywhere. Yeah, I don't have a land to farm. But I believe one day in these fine moments, yeah, I'll be owning my land. I'll be farming that land, and I'll really appreciate because these are dreams. But one day these dreams will be coming true. Yeah, and I'm really praying for that. One day, one time, these dreams will be achieved. So today we have talked about Napier, about ordinary Napier concentrate. We have talked about bang. We have talked about fish farming. We have talked about dairy farming if it is profitable, of which I've said that it is profitable. But if you just know what you're doing, because if you do it in a right way, from selection of good breed, you'll be getting a lot of profit. But when you miss taking bad, poor breeds, then feed them well, it's like doing nothing. Yeah, take good breeds, feed them well, you'll be getting a lot of fortunes. Yeah, that's the reality. That's why I usually advocate for that. Another thing, be friends to the vets. We call them veterinarians. Be friends to them because you need them. Yeah, take them, pay them well, because they are the ones who will be making your farm grow. Yeah, consult further, because especially for selection of semen, doing artificial insemination, consult with them, so that you'll be selecting something good, because through them, because they have the catalogs, they know how these breeds work, they are very knowledgeable about these. Remember these veterinarians, yeah, they're the same veterinarians that make these semen. So that means they can tell you the good breeds, they can give you the good breeds. So when you want to venture into farming, it is all about consultation. Consult wisely, because one thing that I have realized about maybe village life, yeah, where I come from, people don't even pay for consultation. You just offer services for free, yeah. Sometimes I usually say that imetosha kusema asante. That's a Swahili word. And you know what it means? Sometimes when you say thank you is enough. Because here in the village, a lot of people are struggling. Even me, I'm struggling. Know that I am not struggling, yeah? When I tell you, even I don't have a land, I'm renting. That's a struggle. That is a struggle. So that means here in the village, people are suffering. People are struggling with life. So that means at the end of the day, we have to do something so that people can eat, things can be done, and life has to move on. Yeah. So that's how survival in the village. Yeah. Now to survive, you'll be working the next day. And apart from that, apart from survival, you have to work hard. Yeah. Because sometimes you wake up early in the morning, you go get something to do. Even if you go to Mujengo, yeah, Mujengo is just being a helper to the masons. Even if it is going to Mjengo so that you can mix those ballasts, yeah. At the end of the day, if it is giving you money, that is your survival. Instead of going to steal, work hard, then you'll be surviving in the village, because one thing about village has a lot of people. It has the poor people, it has maybe the middle class. Some feel like in Kenya we have only selective few individuals are the rich. Yeah, a lot of people are suffering. Yeah, a lot of people are suffering in these villages. Yeah, when you see an African crying, just know that is what is happening in life. Yeah, so that's why I was telling, sometimes imetosha kusema asanti. That is Swahili. Sometimes somebody telling you thank you is enough to make change. Yeah. And sometimes I believe on such words even more than payments, because when somebody tells you thank you, it's a blessing. But sometimes you get even others are arrogant. No thank you. So even you become worried about these few individuals, because saying thank you, even though if somebody does for you maybe a work, learn to say thank you, because it's something good. It keeps us moving. Yeah, it is very appreciable. It's like a blessing. Yeah, remember all these things is the Almighty God who give us. Is the Almighty God who guide us. Is the Almighty God. If He decides to take it, God will take it. So let us love each other. Yeah, the way you love yourself, the way the Bible says, the way you love yourself, love your neighbor. Yeah, let me just tell you what is happening in the village. Yeah? In the village, sometimes when waking up, it is either We're being woken up by maybe the roosters can crow so that you can wake up. That is early in the morning, yeah? We are being woken up by cocks. Or cocks, we call them cocks. Some people call them roosters. So when they crow is when we wake up. Sometimes even neighbors can wake you up, come knock in your door because they will be, you are sleeping and we are building the nation. Get up so that we can go work for the day, because at the end of the day, you need food in your stomach so that to keep you lively, to keep you thriving, to give you strength, and to give you strength so that you can be living. Yeah, I'm talking this because I'm waiting for questions. Not that I'm not. I'm explaining this so that I'm waiting for this question, maybe about lifestyle, about what. Some people were asking me that, have you built? Me, I don't have a house. I rent. I don't own any land. But I know my dreams will be fulfilled one of these fine moments in this life, yeah, because here in the village, yeah, for those who were not here when I was telling us how this village is called, this is Isibania village in Kenya, border post, East Africa, Africa, Africa to the nation. A very good village where people try to survive, yeah, because you do what you can get. Like sometimes even me, I wake up early in the morning so that something like sometimes I do any job, yeah, apart from maybe advising, because when I'm going to advise these farmers, because usually my days when I'm hiring somebody to take me maybe to some place so that I can be visiting farms, I can be visiting animals, I can look at the way crops are, because it is not only everybody has that knowledge, maybe passion for this agriculture, but you get that the villagers are really struggling. They are trying because when you see a villager maybe planting his maize, he has a reason for planting that maize because he has that passion for agriculture, dedicated to agriculture. He knows very well, or they know it very well, that this is the survival. The survival for this agriculture will be coming from that point. So they have to farm, and most of these, apart from farming, you get that they don't know. Okay, they are farming because they have seen others farming, but they don't have that knowledge on how to do this farming. So there is where sometimes we chip in, because life in village is very hard. Sometimes even we go to Mujengo so that we can get little penny, yeah, so that I can be traveling to maybe advise farmers, advise the community on what to do, yeah. Self-dedication. You dedicate yourself because you see, you try to transform, because you see, because you have that knowledge, you can't be leaving this community to be suffering, be in needy all the time. What I believe, through agriculture, they will be making it in life, because you sell what you have. Let's say you have your chicken, you'll be selling what you have so that you can get money. If you have your crops, sell what you have to get money. In life in village, people try to survive because people are very friendly. Because if you don't have, let's say, vegetables, you can go to your neighbor, ask for some, you'll be given. You won't be sleeping hungry. Yeah, that is how people survive. But sometimes you can get those neighbor who deny you those mbogas, mbogas, the vegetable, because they need you to work hard, because you can't be coming to me every day asking me for this vegetable. No, I can give you one, the second day I'll give you, the third day when you come I'll be telling you, no, enough is enough, go plant. Yeah, you go plant these veggies and they will be helping you, because no room for laziness. Yeah, because you can't be keeping asking all the time. Yeah, let us just dedicate ourselves. Let us do the meaningful so that we can do what life entails. Yeah, remember, I'm just waiting for question because I'm almost winding this live because it's exactly 1 hour. So that means if there would be any question, I'll be ending the live, and we will be meeting some other time. Yeah, because imetosha kusema asanti. Let's believe in God. Let's trust God. We live, because I had a good friend yesterday where we were discussing a lot of things. Yeah, knowing God without faith is nothing. Pray to God. God is the healer. God is the provider. God is everything. So let's trust in God. That's why we keep moving. Yeah, let us dedicate ourselves. Yeah, let us dedicate ourselves. Things will be happening well. Yeah, I'll really appreciate for the time that we have been doing this live, because I've responded to all questions and I've really enjoyed responding to those questions, because that's how interaction is, and I really appreciate about that. So for now, I'll be ending this live from there. So we'll be catching each other maybe next time. Thank you very much for attending this live. I'm done, and I really appreciate. I'll be telling us when I'll be having another live. For now, imetosha kusema asanti. Goodbye. Have blessing night in Kenya, because after this we are going to sleep in Kenya. So people have blessing night. I know some people in this world maybe they are waking up, and that's it. Goodbye till we meet again. Goodbye, people.